Department at 389, excuse me, I missed it. 383-7332. Pretty much, we're still seeking clergy for the police department to help out with that endeavor. If you have a desire, or if you know of a clergy that would want to participate, contact the police department at 384-2222. And as always, you can check our website for any events and things of that nature on our website, which is www.cityofdouglas.com. These are now.
Thank you very much. Next on the agenda is we have general comments from the audience. Is there a citizen here that wish to address the mayor and commission? Please go to the podium, state your name, address, telephone number, and your issue. All is well. Next, we'll entertain comments from the mayor and commission, and also remember we do have utilities committee and a work session. Mr. Roper, get us started.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I've been in sort of a steering committee since I left here. Our garden is doing well. We'll plant one garden for senior center, and we're putting together another garden that we already outgrown. We got, I understand today we got another group of tomato plants come in, and we're gonna have to get our other bed ready. So these seniors is really stepping up to the bat. I'm really proud of them. So, ain't ready to become a part of them yet, but I just want to be proud they're there when I have to go somewhere. I know where to go at. Also, me and Stevie went out and checked the park on the end of Pearl Street. We're dealing with handicap. That's Commissioner Duran's district area, but he okayed me to go. And we're going to put in a handicap park. We're going to do it. And we want any citizen that has some money that they want to donate, send it to the Parks and Recreation Department. Earmarking handicap park. We got too many handicapped children, sheltering houses, to not have something for those kids to do. And we are really pushing it. See, we went over there, we're gonna cut out some trees, and we want to make sure that money go back into the ground. We gonna set it up, and we're gonna have everything that we need for everybody. That's what it's all about. Everybody gonna enjoy life on life terms. Thank you very much.
Outstanding. Mr. Moore, good to see you, buddy.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I want to give a report on my wife. She is still in Jacksonville, going on the 5th week. She's in Brooks Rehab and coming along well. And I do appreciate everybody's thoughts and prayers for her. And it's a long, drawn-out process, but hopefully, they say by the May the 10th, she'll be able to come home. And I do hope you'll continue to pray for her. And me too, because that's rough. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mayor Pro Tem.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to remind everyone about the downtown master plan meeting that's taking place on tomorrow, to try to attend if you can. I know I've had several citizens to mention to me about issues about parking downtown or whatever. So if you will, take a few minutes out of your time to go down there and talk with those consultants about your concerns, about what you'd like to see happening downtown. The other thing is, I'm glad that Commissioner Moore's wife is doing better. We've definitely been praying. We're going to continue to pray, and I'd just like to also at this time solicit prayers continuously for my nephew Jarvis Coley. He had to be transported to Savannah. He's been there now. This is going on the 2nd week. Things are kind of touch and go, but just keep our family in your prayers. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Commissioner Gowan, how you doing down there?
All right, sir.
Mr. Roper done recruited you on that part?
Whatever we can do, I think that's a great idea. One thing I noticed that's come up, I want to commend our police department and all their efforts in trying to apprehend the suspect in the murder of Mr. Cavazzi of Walker. I understand they were able to, through cooperation with other law enforcement, were able to catch him down in Florida. and appreciate the hard work that they put in. I know that they've been continuously following every lead they can to try to catch up with that fella. So makes us all feel a little bit safer and hopefully get a little justice for that young man. Another thing going on, many of y'all know, our kids are in testing. They started testing last week and carrying over again, so just remember that making sure they're getting plenty of sleep, getting fed. I know, our teams are cutting down on the practices this week to make sure the kids are getting the rest that they need. But want to do well on those standardized tests that everybody looks at and talks about.
Outstanding. Commissioner McNeil?
Thank you, Mayor. I think our mayor has done an outstanding job this term so far this year in promoting teamwork and in promoting cooperation among all of us, among all of you as staff, and just administration within our community in general. As Mr. Jacobs knows, and many of you know, we had a wonderful meeting the other night at Coffee Regional Hospital. I commend him and the hospital also in hosting this event each year. It is a time when we sit down with other leaders from the community, the Coffee County Board of Education, the Coffee County Commissioners, administrators from all the other cities within our county, from Broxton and Ambrose and Nichols. They come together. We talk about our successes over the past year and our goals for the upcoming year. And y'all, this collaborative, this cooperative event is just, I learned some things. I don't know about some of you who were there, but I learned some things that the Board of Education has going on that I didn't know about. And I guess maybe this week has been sort of information overload, because we have had the experience. We had the pleasure the other night of being with the Chamber of Commerce when they recognized industry and manufacturing representatives in Douglas, and we had a nice dinner with them, sat down with them, and heard some good stories there. Again, today at the Chamber Power Luncheon, hearing the reports from all, and I understand we're the only city, one of the few cities, if I can make that remark, that does that, goes around the room, and we get to talk about what we're doing in cooperation with each other and the good things that are going on. So this is a community, y'all, that sees the glass half full, and we're working to fill it. I want to commend Premium Peanut for their outstanding ribbon cutting this week, not only for their joint effort there, again, cooperation among men who had the foresight and the willingness to give up selfish or to give up competitive motives to join forces to provide this community with the largest peanut processing or peanut shelling plant in the world. So we have so much to be proud of. And I just, like I said, I commend the mayor on his efforts to encourage us to be out there and represent our constituents and the people in our community, and to be positive.
Outstanding. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My comments are, we took a trip to Jekyll Island for the Economic Development Summit down in Jekyll Island, and it was a great success. I really enjoyed myself, and I really learned a lot. And also, I want to comment on the loud noise in our neighborhoods. I have been getting a lot of complaints and a lot of issues with a lot of elderly people in my ward, and I basically been telling them, please keep the noise to a minimum. Because when you have elderly people in your ward, they're trying to sleep. Some of them go to bed at 8 o'clock. Some of them get up early and stuff like that, because you never know what kind of sickness they have or what's going on. So I'm urging all the citizens and the neighbors to keep your noise down to a minimum and everything. And please don't forget about the Jump Free Day for our neighborhoods, and don't forget about the Yard of the Month, because if you keep your neighborhood and your houses and your yards clean, maybe you can get the Yard of the Month and everything. And also, we're approaching destination graduation soon, We're coming into May, so we ask that everybody, all citizens and all students, please be safe as you come up to those prior days, and we need to just keep them in our prayers because, some of them with the testing, some of them with the end of the course testing and stuff like that. We need to keep them in our prayers. Also about the clergy, the police department, they're really urging the clergy of our community, and I really put emphasis on that because I am an ordained elder in the Lord's church, and I see that our community need more pastors coming out, pastors and ministers coming out to the community. Some might thought that I was talking about that they wasn't doing anything. No, I wasn't saying that. A lot of them may be doing it in the jailhouse and in the prison, but it's a difference in our community when they go out into the community, go into the highways and byways, and to compel men to come to Christ. So therefore, I'm asking all clergy, all ministers to get involved. If you see a child that's falling by the wayside, pick them up, put them to the side. And that's how, that's how I got acquainted with a lot of preachers, and that's how I got a lot of acquainted with a lot of officers and people, just reaching their hands out to us. And also, my prayers go out to the Townsend family in Douglas, the death in Douglas, and my prayers go out to our neighboring city in Broxton, goes out to the Smith family and to Miss Mabel Manley mother. She lost her mother. And about the handicap part that Mr. Roper and I was inquiring about, I think that's a great idea because in my family I have a lot of handicapped people in my family, and my heart is very dear for handicapped accessible and accessibles and needs of the handicap, because a lot of places you go, it's not a lot for them to do. And that was just so great, with me being the liaison commissioner over Parks and Recreation, and with them going to view that park, which is not a part of my district, but since I'm the liaison commissioner, I just thank Mr. Roper for including me in that, and I just think that it's a great idea that we must go forward on it because we can give them something to do, as a handicapped child and stuff like that. So, I hold that dear to my heart. I really do. I really do. And that's all the comments I have.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll start this off. We had prom last week. Young adults were dressed to the T. Everybody was looking good. I don't know where Decarius Clark got those shoes from, so they were not mine, but he had on some shoes. Listen to me. So, but D. Clark is one of the guys that I often joke with. But one of the things, when we talk about Relay for Life, and I tell individuals about this right here. Relay for Life, 30 years ago, women were just in a very difficult position about cancer. Just a very difficult position. But the women decided to do something about it. They did not want to be victims. They took this on head first, and they have been able to keep this conversation on the minds of not only the citizens of the U.S., but around the world. People are donating more. People are volunteering. Relay for Life is going to be going on all across the country, around the world. This is how big this is. Everybody has been touched by a family member that has gone through this. They provide a support group. And people always say there's nothing to do in Douglas. Well, Friday night, I guarantee you, if you don't get there early, you're going to be walking a long way to get to that track, because it is going to be crowded. Be some good food too. So come on out and support a family member. A few years ago, we used to go out and walk for my grandmother, Emma Lou. Well, now we've had a family member that has had cancer and is doing very well. So we're going to go out and celebrate and be supportive of everyone. because it is a very draining task. Going back and forth to the doctor, the treatment.